portion of the slab thickness can a ultra-thin cable saw machine cut?
In theory, wire saw technology can cut any thickness of ultra-thin slabs. For example, in the solar energy industry, multi-wire saw machines can cut silicon wafers as thin as just 0.18 mm. And at Pinhe, we have successfully cut 3 mm thick slabs from raw stone with excellent fatness. But when cutting ultra-thin slabs, there are a few things you need to pay extra attention to. First, check for any large cracks in the raw stone. If there are any, the slab could break off and damage the wire. Plus, if the slab is too thin, the weight of the stone itself might make it impossible to unload properly. Also, the thinner the slab, the more wires you need for each pass. For example, if you are cutting a 5 mm thick slab with a 2 meter long guide wheel, you might need over 350 wires at one time. That puts a lot of pressure on the guide wheel. And if you try to cut too many thin slabs at one time, the guide wheel could get deformed.
So it's possible to process the ultra-thin slab, but you need to pay attention to the cutting quantity and the thickness to avoid any issues. Can the super thin cut wire saw machine cut the stone with crack? Actually, the super thin cut wire saw machine have very big advantage for cutting the cracked stone because the fabrication is very small and the wire itself, the light is very weak. So when it is cutting, even the wire is broken, it won't damage the slabs.
However, when cutting cracked slabs, it's better to do a vacuum resin treatment. This has two benefits. First, it prevents the cracked surface from breaking off and damaging the wire. Second, the cutting through the cracks, the stone can slightly stretch, which could leave minor marks on the surface. But with vacuum resin treatment, those issues are completely avoided.